Brings up our big question tonight. Are 2016 presidential race candidates clouding the real issues facing the US? And to talk about it, we have Meera Shankar with us, former Indian ambassador to the US. Welcome to the show. Meera ji, what do you make of the way this contest is going? Are the candidates weighing heavily on, the major US voters' concerns right now, the kind of record that they've had?
Well, I think they've, in their platform and in their speeches, they've covered many of the issues which are at the forefront of the elections, including how they plan to revive the economy, Donald Trump's theme being Make America Great Again, and Hillary's theme being that America is great, and let's not divide it, let's unite.
Stronger together.
Stronger together. Both have very different approaches on the economic side. I mean, Hillary has a plan to invest heavily in infrastructure and also a jobs package, and to fund university education, and to do this by raising taxes on the top earners in the US. She said that people earning below, families earning below 250,000 would not have their taxes increased, but the top levels of income earners would have to pay more tax because that's where the money is. She's also said that there would be adjustments perhaps in the Obamacare program, but broadly she would retain it. Whereas Trump, on the other hand, has essentially said that he's going to scrap Obamacare. And on the economic front, basically, he proposes to reduce the taxes for the highest income earners and for corporate America, saying that's how jobs will be created. So Clinton has called this trickle-down, trumped-up economics. So there are very different approaches on the economic side, in the field of healthcare, in the field of immigration, where Hillary has talked of a package of immigration reform, while being strict about vetting out those who are security threats. And she has talked also about working with Muslim nations to deal with the threat of terrorism that the world faces, whereas Trump has talked about banning the entry of Muslims into the US. Now he says there will be extreme vetting.
Yes, extreme vetting is what he's talking about now.
Not banning. And on immigration, he has talked of building a wall along the border with Mexico and getting Mexico to pay for it.
Which, when he met Pina Neto, he flatly refused.
Similarly, in the field of trade, there are some similarities because both now say they don't support the Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. But Donald Trump's rhetoric has been far more protectionist, saying he will impose punitive tariffs of 30 or 40% on those who move jobs to Mexico or China or other countries or outsource work, and that he will renegotiate both global and regional agreements so that they deal,
including NAFTA, he says.
NAFTA, and the WTO as well, if required, so that he gets a better deal for the US. Hillary has said that this could trigger, trade wars and ultimately be self-defeating, as during the Great Depression, when competitive currency reductions and trade wars really triggered such a severe recession in the 1930s. So I think both, it's not that it's only about personalities. In fact, I would say that the real issues are very much on the table, and both candidates have very different approaches.
So do you feel that the issues that have recently cropped up, especially by Donald Trump is concerned, and those leaked videos, they've come to dominate mind space at this juncture, just ahead of the second debate, but you're saying that the issues are still center stage?
Well, I think personalities also count, because in the US, it's a presidential system. The personality of the president can leave a huge impact on policies for good or ill.
Right.
And I think there have been increasing questions about Trump within his own party.
About Hillary as well.
About
Both
Hillary,
seem to have feet of clay.
you know, within Hillary's party, I think she has support. Whereas Trump now is increasingly feeling facing the heat from within his own party. I mean, you have 160 Republicans, including congressmen, governors, and former officials, including chiefs of the National Security Director, the former Homeland Security chief, etc., who have said they don't endorse Trump. And after the latest shenanigans, you know, this latest scandal which broke out, even John McCain has said he can't find his way to endorsing Trump.
Right.
So Trump faces this election actually with the support of a very committed core of you know, Americans who are angry. It's generally non-university educated white males who are angry at their marginalization, at you know, the kind of changes in employment, wage structures, which are being wrought by technological innovation and disruption, and by globalization.
Yeah.
So that score of support remains with Trump.
Okay.
It's an anti-establishment vote, but he has not been able to expand his constituency. Most recent polls show Hillary having a 5 to 6 point
and
lead.
these issues are giving him little opportunity to expand that constituency, and perhaps also giving Hillary an edge.
Yes,
at a time when it really counts.
Well, Hillary has a broader reach in the sense that her constituency comprises, you know, African Americans, Hispanics, Muslims, many immigrants, then women across the racial divide, and young people, still a little bit of a question mark. But they had gone for Sanders. And whether they will turn out in large numbers for Hillary remains to be seen. But yes, you could theoretically also say younger people across the divide. So theoretically, she has a larger constituency, maybe not as committed as Trump's. Trump has a smaller constituency, very committed. Now, in recent polls, Hillary has, you know, regained a lead over the last month or so, and she's ahead by 5 to 6 points on average, and also ahead in most of the swing states where the real battleground is going to lie.
And do these polls bear out? The poll polls, do they bear out in the results?
Quite often, yes.
Okay, let's see if she manages to stick with that lead.
But the lead is small, so you have to see it's not an overwhelming lead, and it could be within the margin of error.
Okay.
Though clearly, I mean, as of now, given the swing states and her hold on the Electoral College, she seems to be much better positioned.
So Trump is down but not out, definitely not out, and it could be a long night on the 8th of November when America really votes and those votes are counted. Thanks a lot for joining us for the time being. We'll have to keep an eye out on that as